Hello, good morning, Yarny friends. Welcome back. I have my notes here. Welcome back to episode 43 of Yarning with Mimi. I guess you can see my cat right there somewhere. Let me see. Right there. That's one of them. Anyways, so episode 43 of Yarning with Mimi. My name is Sherry Ann. I'm coming to you from South Texas, where it is really hot still. We had a few nice days of weather in the 70s, and that was it was heaven, but that didn't last very long. Anyways, Yarning with Mimi is my episode about my love of crochet, knitting, and my love of yarn, of course. And we call it Yarning with Mimi because my grandchildren call me Mimi, and I just really like the way that sounds. So Yarning with Mimi it is. Anyway, so I'd like to, I notice I have a couple of new subscribers, and thank you very much for coming on board and checking us out and subscribing. I really do appreciate it. And welcome back to all of my long-term subscribers. I say long-term because I've probably been doing this for over 2 years now, and I have some very faithful viewers, or friends as I should call you, and I do get some emails off and on from some of you, so that's really kind of nifty. I would love to get more emails. So anyways, this is the part where I jump in and talk about Mimi's Kind Knits. Mimi's Kind Knits is my very small nonprofit organization that I created probably about 5 years ago. It is registered with the state of Texas, and what I do is pretty much all of my knitting and crochet is donated to various charities. Excuse me, I have a frog in my throat. Oh, coffee. I did just wake up, you can probably tell. I don't know if you can see that. All I need is coffee. It's a mug that my daughter got for me. That coffee is really good. I joined a coffee club, through the mail. And my boy, who just turned 19, he's really into coffee. And so I order 2 bags at a discount. And I don't know what kind that is, but it's really very good. So we'll stick to that little subscription. So anyways, Mimi's Kind Knits is my nonprofit organization, and everything that I knit and crochet, pretty much everything, because I don't sell anything. Excuse me, I'm very sorry. Gets donated to various organizations. One of those organizations is the Pink Slipper Project. Check it out on YouTube. Check it out on on Facebook. I've been donating for about 2 years to various women's shelters across the country, washcloths and slippers. I've had even some of my viewers send me some washcloths and slippers that I've been able to donate. I'm going to be putting the Pink Slipper Project on the back burner. I'm not sure for how long, if maybe indefinitely, because I've just recently made contact with our local shelter. It's not a domestic abuse shelter. It's a shelter for the homeless. And I was able to make contact with a real live person. Imagine that. And they are very willing to and wanting to accept the washcloths and slippers and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to start exploring donating locally. Like Rose likes crochet. She has a local shelter called Wings, and she's had a year-long project where she's had numerous viewers also donate to help her with that project. So I'd like to try and do the same for this homeless shelter. If anybody is willing to donate handmade washcloths or slippers or hats, that would be really lovely. I'll have my address down in the description box below. I would really appreciate that. I don't expect mine to get anywhere near as large as Rose's, but I would really like to be able to continue to support this organization here in town. It's called Loaves and Fishes. Okay, so for Mimi's Kind Knits, I did have 5 packages ready to mail out for that. And I have a box already ready for the local shelter. And my daughter, Cassie, has recently taken it upon herself to organize a group, and my other daughter, Mallory, is part of that group, and a couple of friends. And what they do, there is a park downtown. It is actually a Veterans Memorial Park, I think it is, but they also call it something else, La Placita, I think. And that's where all the homeless go during the day, or the days when they can't be in the shelter. And so what the girls do, and their significant others and friends, they have been for 2 weekends now making things like chicken salad sandwiches. They put a GoFundMe page up. They take drinks like Gatorade and water, chips. They also put a notice on Facebook. They've had people donate fruit, apples, vegetables, potatoes, onions, carrots, and they take carrot sticks. And they go down to this park on Sundays and donate food, like sack lunches. And so it's really rewarding to them. And so what I do is I put together 25 little baggies, like sandwich bags, and I put a handmade washcloth in it with a soap. And, oops, my cats are going crazy if you hear them. They're running all over the place. And so this is a soap. It's from Aroma Botanicals. I ordered a bunch of these a long time ago when I made little spa sets. And it's just, let me see if you can see that. It's just a little soap that I put in with the washcloth in a baggie. And they handed out 25 of those two Sundays ago. And so tomorrow I'm going to join them. And you know, I've been crocheting and knitting various items for so long. I have 4 women's shawls ready to go. I have several hats, and I have some slippers, and we'll do another 25 or 30 washcloth baggies. So I'm going to go with them tomorrow and hand those out. So that'll be really very nice. So anyways, again, if anybody's willing to help me with this, I would really, really appreciate it. It would just warm my heart. Okay, so let's get into finished objects. As you know, I always have washcloths that are finished because I work on them all the time. In between my bigger projects, I do the washcloths as well. And when I just want a mindless knit, that's what I do. I work on washcloths. So far since my last podcast, which was a long time ago, back on August the 15th, I've made, and I'm really going to try, I know I say this, but I'm going to try to do this a lot more often because I really do like doing it. It's just that sometimes I think, well, I don't have very much to talk about, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be very long. So, since my last podcast, I've made 45 washcloths, 11 hot pads or pot holders, whatever you call them. And I did make a real pretty, I'm not going to get them out for you right now. I have them kind of packaged away for tomorrow, and they're just over there in a little carton. And so I also made a little coaster set, doily coaster set made out of the crochet cotton or crochet thread for my daughter. So that's already been given. So let me show you Rose with Rose Likes Crochet. She has been a crochet machine making these shawls. And, oh my goodness, I don't think I have the pattern. Let me just check real quick. See if I have the pattern here. I do. And so I messaged her or emailed her, and her shawls are just so pretty. And she whips them up in no time at all. So I emailed her and asked her what the pattern was that she uses for it. It's just the granny square or granny stitch, or oh my goodness, now I've lost what I want to call it. But here is, well, you really can't see the picture very well, but this is the shawl. It is called the Yvette Granny Shawl. That's what it's called, Yvette Granny Shawl. And this is from the Dabbling Hook. And so let me show you two shawls that I finished. And they whip up really quickly. I'm going to push you back a little bit, so sorry for the bumpiness. So here is the first shawl, and it turned out a really nice size. And so that shawl is made with Yarn Inspiration Caron Cotton Cakes. And this color is Mint Refresher. And let me tell you the specs. Caron Cotton Cakes, it is an 8.8 ounce cake of yarn, 250 grams. It is considered a weight 4. I think it's a little on the thinner side of weight 4, but it took two cakes to make this. I used 2 whole cakes, and like I say, it is a really nice size. I mean, it wraps around really nice, and it can even be used as like a little lap blanket. And so I made a second one. Let me show that to you. It's a different color. And here it is. This yarn is so soft. And this also was made with Caron Cotton Cakes. And this color, hey, get away from there. Move, move, move. This color is called Grape Jam. And so my other cat's trying to get into my bag of goodies. So that's 2 shawls that'll be going tomorrow. And the other 2, one is a virus shawl, and the other one is a knit shawl with, I've showed them in previous podcasts. Okay, so another finished object I have is a blanket. Actually, it's almost finished. I have to weave in ends. And I bought a lot of yarn. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. But this is a baby blanket, or maybe toddler blanket. No, maybe just baby blanket. It is a corner to corner. And you can see the 2 different colors. It smells good. I must have an air freshener in this bag. And what I'm doing with my corner to corner blankets, I don't know if you can see this. Let me try to show you. Around the outer edge, I do a row, I can't see. I do a row of single crochet all the way around it, and then I do another row of like a scallop stitch. I do a single crochet, skip 2, and then 5 double crochet, skip 2, single crochet, skip 2, 5 double crochet. And so that blanket is made with Craft Smart. This is Michael's brand of yarn, Craft Smart, and it's called Never Enough. And so I use 2 colors for that. I do five rows, and then I switch, and then 5 rows, 5 rows. So 5 rows of each. And so the ombre one is called Peach Seafoam Ombre, and there's the label. And then the plain color is called Peach, and here's the label for that. Craft Smart Never Enough. Okay, so that's that blanket finished. So I told you about the washcloths, the hot pads, the blanket. I guess that's, oh, and I have some hats that I've been making. Um, this is a Ross hat. I just love it. This one, and it fits really good too. I'm not going to put it on because I have a big clip in the back of my head there. But this yarn is really nice yarn. It's Red Heart Super Saver Chunky. It is super soft. And that comes in 5 ounces. Anyways, I was able to get 2 and a bit. Or did I get 3? I think it's 2 and a bit of a hat out of one of these. And so I've made a few of these Ross hats out of the chunky yarn. And those will be going with me tomorrow to the park. Okay, so that's it for finished objects. Works in progress. I did have a shawl written down here, but I actually finished it and I showed it to you. Works in progress, I have another corner-to-corner blanket with the same kind of yarn, the Craft Smart, oops, unraveling here, the Craft Smart Never Enough. So this one is out of 2 other different colors, and let me show you. It's the Craft Smart, see they're big balls, and this colorway is turquoise mint. That's the variegated, and the plain color is called mint. So you see they match really nicely. So that's a work in progress. I have another Ross hat, and this one I'm actually making out of worsted weight yarn. And the yarn I'm using is Red Heart with Love, and that's really soft. So I'm trying to make several of those, and that's my project for today. I'm just going to be making hats today so I can take some tomorrow. I know it's kind of warm here, but next week we are expecting a cold front. That probably means 70 degrees. But you know, the homeless people will need hats sometime this season, because we do get a few days of cold weather, but not very many. It teases us. So the Ross hats I showed you. Okay, so something else that I've been working on, Halloween's coming up, and I'm making some little cute things for my daughters. They really like it, and my co-workers, and so I found a cute pumpkin pattern, and this one isn't finished, but isn't that cute? Look at that. I used the safety eyes, these little safety eyes, and this is actually Red Heart pumpkin color, and then a little black for the mouth, but I still need to put the stem on it. So the stem will be a brownish color. But I've made several of these and have already given them away, and I have probably about 5 or 6 already made over there that I make the pumpkins, and then I it's like a factory assembly line. I do the pumpkin first, and then I do all of the stems later. So this little amigurumi, this is a crocheted amigurumi pumpkin gourd pattern, and it is a free pattern by Hooked by Robin. So it's actually a tutorial on YouTube. So Hooked by Robin. Then I've made several of these. You can see my ends need to be woven in, but it is a cute little, this pattern is how to crochet a pumpkin for bunting. Well, I'm not making the bunting. What I'm doing is I'm making these. I'm going to put pins on the back, hot glue gun pins on the back, and then they can wear the pumpkins. So here's the little pumpkin, here's the stem, here's the leaf. Let me stretch that out, the leaf, so I just need to weave in my ends. And then I haven't decided if I'm going to put googly eyes on it, which I probably won't on these. I'm going to hand stitch a black triangle eyes and then a little mouth. And then that same pattern, even though this is the pumpkin one, she also has a pattern for a ghost, and I think on the ghost I'll put the googly eyes. And that pattern is also another free YouTube tutorial, and it's Happy Berry Crochet. So go ahead. So those are some cute little things for the holidays. All right, let me talk to you about some acquisitions that I got. I mentioned I got a lot of yarn, and yes, I really did. Probably more than I should have. Certainly more than I have room for. But that yarn that I showed you, the Never Enough Craft Smart Michaels brand. Let me show you. This is Never Enough Craft Smart. This is how big the balls come. They have the center pull tab, which is really nice. Let me give you the specs on it. It is 716 yards, 14.1 ounces, and it is a weight 4. It is made in Turkey. Anyways, these usually, and they always come with like a little pattern. These usually cost $5.99 at Michaels. That's not bad for 14.1 ounces. $5.99. Well, Michaels was having a sale, a clearance sale, and they were $2.97. Can you imagine that? $2.97. And I thought it was a mistake. And so I only picked up a couple to make a blanket, and when I just thought they were in the wrong bin. And when I found out, I said, "Are they all really $2.97?" She goes, "Oh yes." So I wasn't prepared to spend very much money that day. Payday was like the next day. So next day during lunchtime payday, I went back to Michael's and cleaned them out. And I must have gotten 26 or 28 of these. I get the solid color and the matching variegated. And so I got the peaches and the mints, and I'm just gonna I can make a blanket for $5. Isn't that cool? I mean, not $5, $6, because they're $2.97. So I think that was really cool. So and the variegated ones are 11.9 ounces. So the plain color, the solid colors are 14.1, the variegated 11.9 for $2.97. Yes, I put down here about 26 balls. Then I got my US 11 8mm needles for I had the circular needles, but I didn't have my double point for Ross's bulky size hat. Oh, I need to show you something. I'll be right back. Excuse me. Okay. Then I was at the dollar store, the Dollar Tree store. And I love looking at the books just to see what might be there. And look what I came across. It's a book of gloves. And I only paid $1 for it. It looks like this came from England because the price on the back is in pounds. But there was, look at some real pretty patterns. There was one that I really wanted to do. Let me see if I can find it real quick. They're mittens, gloves. See, look, isn't that pretty? So I might try and get some mittens made, only because I want to make them. Not that I'm going to use them, but maybe I can send them up north to my brother for the kids up there. Okay, so all right, I already told you about helping the local shelter and the weekend helping the homeless. I told you about my acquisitions. Let me share a little bit about life. School is going well. Yesterday was the last day, that was Friday. Thursday was the last day for my second session, and I was doing college math and an ethics class. Got 109 in ethics and 106 in the math, so I'm pretty pleased with that. I never figured you could get over 100, but it's not that I'm an overachiever or whatever. It's just that I do my work and I hand it in on time. And I do all of the extra credit assignments. So that's how I get my extra marks. And so I think doing the extra credit assignments is beneficial, because if there's something you don't understand and you don't do well on a certain topic, then you've got a few little extra points to fall back on. Anyways, I think that is it for today. My coffee's cold, so I have to go warm that up. I don't see anything else that I need to show you. We have to get ready for tomorrow to go to the park for the homeless and hand out some things. So again, please consider helping donate washcloths and slippers. I'm not sure what else. I haven't really been able to talk to anybody. It's all been through email. Well, I did talk to the manager, but who directed me elsewhere. So I don't have any specifics on what they really do want. They did say this puts a little bit of human touch into their organization. And I don't know if you want to make shawls or whatnot. Those will be passed out to the homeless unless the shelter also wants them. So I'm really excited about this opportunity to help out a local organization. And I guess that's it, guys. So I hope you all have a really nice weekend. I have to do some deep cleaning now. I need to clean the litter boxes and do some sweeping and mopping, and I love the way the house smells after I do the mopping, and get my Scentsy warmers going with some fresh wax melts. I think I might roast a chicken today. And no plans to leave the house this weekend. I'm just going to, except for going to the park tomorrow, but no shopping or anything like that. No grocery shopping or yarn shopping. But I do plan on making as many hats as I can from now until about noontime tomorrow. All right, everybody, thank you very much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to visit with me. And remember to always show and spread the kindness. Bye-bye for now.